Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose what I want to say.
Yeah! Here we go. False start, folks. What is a false start?
False start? Well, in football, it's when one guy moves before the ball's snapped.
I would do that because you're so keyed up and you just wait and you're about to get tackled by a 300-pound black man.
Well, this is what we were talking about, sort of, with my uncle, with the dirty pants.
Wait a minute.
Remember we were
Uncle
talking
Dirty
with
Pants.
offsides, which is different than, it's like the reverse of false start. That's when the defense jumps. I told you the story of my uncle. He said, "What, your mother stinks and you got dirty pants."
Oh, yeah.
But false start. Now, here's the thing I don't understand. Maybe someone can call in, email me, because you know me. I'm a sports nut.
Sure.
I'm nuts for sports and cum. But
Yes,
there's
nuts.
a whole thing. So false
Cum nut.
start in football. Everyone comes set at the line. Here we go. 3-point stance. And if a guy does this and moves, just a little flinch,
Yeah.
whoop, penalty, false start, 5-yard.
It doesn't have to go over the line, though. You can flinch. You can jiggle. You can wiggle. You can twitch.
You can't jiggle and wiggle on offense if you're set.
Ah.
But every once in a while, they'll change the play, and the center, he turns around and goes, "What's that you said?"
Oh.
We're changing the play, and then the whole offensive line turns and goes, "What are we doing? We're doing a different play."
Uh-huh.
I don't understand why that's not a false start.
Right.
And no one's ever explained it to me. And I'm not hey, I watch a game here and there. I watch the Super Bowl. I'm watching every game. I'm up the ass. I'm in there.
Yeah, well, I guess going backwards is different than lunging.
I guess, but it's still, he's moving the ball. He's turning around. It's
Yeah.
still a flinch. It's more than a flinch. The flinch stole Christmas.
A flinch is a flinch. But yeah, I think as a football watcher, I would have to jump over that line. I would lose it. I couldn't hang out there.
Yeah, it's hard to be still.
You're going to get creamed. You're about to get bulldozed
I know.
by DeAndre or something.
Well, in offense, at least you have the advantage. You kind of have an idea when it's happening.
Right.
I suppose.
You know, they say in a football game, it's only 18 minutes of game.
I heard it was even less than that.
Really?
I heard it was like 8 to 11 minutes.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wee. That's tough.
It's a lot of downtime. Still love it, but yeah, it's a lot. You're just a lot of like 3-second play, minute and a half of nothing.
And to me, being sacked would really ruin my day.
Yeah, it's fun to say sacked though.
Sacked Fifth Avenue.
That means fired in England.
That's true. Yeah.
You've been sacked.
That means teabagged in my house. But yeah, it's like, hey, here we go. I'm the quarterback. I'm gonna throw it, and then you get tackled. It's one thing when they get tackled. When you get tackled, I feel like I'd let the whole team down.
Well, especially blindsided. You're just like, here
Good
we
movie.
go. Look at them run. Here it goes.
Oh yeah, and they're never the biggest guys too. It's always the hot white guy.
Hot white guy, but you have a lot of black quarterbacks now.
Oh, is that
The
right?
times have changed. Oh yeah,
Quarter black.
big time. Hey, are you?
I wish.
Me too.
just my hair.
His great grandmother's half Italian.
Just a good
myself an
sign.
orange.
Oh, that's right. those dicks are as big as those sausages.
Woo! Comedy's fun. What was I
movie.
watching? What have you been watching? What have you been doing? Are you excited about the Spinal Tap thing?
I'm nervous about it.
Me too,
They
me
look
too.
old. It's not going to be the same. I did see the Holdovs.
What'd you think?
I thought it was well done. I thought there was a couple good lines. It's a tear jerk fest.
I didn't jerk at all. No jerk.
I will say I don't want to get too into it with the movie, but the lady, the cook, unredeeming, zero likability. I get it. Her son died, but that doesn't make you likable.
Well, my thing is she's flawed. I think we have like opposite taste. She's like flawless. She's like the perfect character. There's no. She's just like perfect to me.
I don't think she never did anything nice.
No, she was nice.
They got to carry her up the stairs. Her son died. I get it. She's making a scene at a party.
Well, I also don't understand why she wasn't going to be with her family. Like, the whole thing is they're lonely, they're stuck there, the whole
Yeah.
thing, and then they're like, actually, I got a car, I'm going to take them to Boston. She's like, great, I have a nice, happy family up there in Boston.
That's true. My sister's pregnant. You would think I might want to be with her.
I didn't understand that, and I also felt she felt very modern to me. And
Yes.
I just thought the movie wasn't hilarious or touching or sad. We did a full podcast on it on Joe and Ron on Talk Movies. But yeah,
Yeah. Also, there's a scene where the kid's getting chased, and he looks at the camera and goes, "Can you believe it?" And I thought that ruined everything. Like, I'm all about
Like
breaking
Adam.
the fourth wall with a Woody Allen and a Soon Yi, but I don't know. In that movie, I was like, that was a bad spot for it.
I don't remember him looking at the camera.
Oh yeah, Giamatti's chasing him, and he gives one of these like. It ruined everything.
Oh, wow.
Are we in or we out? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't love it. And then people do this sometimes, which no offense to these people. You're wonderful people. I appreciate your fandom. But they're like, New England. Oh, it's New England. Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I like, there's plenty of things from New England I don't like. My parents, the
Good point.
holdovers.
I feel the same way. Boy, it's hot as shit out, but you're from Louisiana. I know, but I still hate it.
Right.
I'm still sweating and miserable.
Yeah, I don't quite get it, but didn't love it. I'll tell you, you want to hear about a film.
Yeah.
Now, this is a film.
2 girls, 1.
Get ready for
Go.
this. I don't know if this is up your anal, up your ass, because it's long and slow, and you got to read it.
Well, put it there.
It's called The 8 Mountains.
8 Mountains.
It's an Italian language, real gay drama. And for the twos gays at home that think I'm a homo,
Boy, you're branching out. This is getting into pretentious territory.
pretentious. They're making the best films. There's no question about it. There's no pretension. We make bad films here now.
That's
Myself
for damn
included.
sure.
I mean, it's just X-Men and X-Women and fucking future kids, whatever it is.
Spy Kids, Dog Day Afternoon. I can't keep up.
Well, that one was good, but it was
right.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
So you got to go European, and you're a pooping. And this movie called The 8 Mountains.
8
Spectacular.
Mountains.
It's about old buddies. It's like us.
Oh, really?
Like equals.
Are we in the mountains like Brokeback?
It's similar to Brokeback, but not as good and not as gay.
That's a problem.
So, but it's really something. By the way, you see Jake Gyllenhaal, your boy, my boy, our boy. He's remaking Roadhouse.
No.
I saw a trailer, and boy, does he look like something else. I've jerked
Wow.
off twice this morning.
I love that movie. I mean, you watch it now, it is schlocky 80s dog poo-poo.
No,
I mean, just
Roadhouse
the
stinks.
Tai Chi moment. He's all ripped. He bangs the hop doctor. It's silly. Sam Elliott's a little over the top, but it's fun. It's like a video game on film.
Well, they're remaking it with old Jilly Baby.
What else are we? I went and saw Thanksgiving with the wife.
Oh, that's Tim Dillon.
Yeah, I'm not a horror guy. I mean, she's a horror, but I'm not a horror fan. It's not my cup. Tim Dillon killed it. But every preview, I'm like, oh, they're remaking that. They're remaking that. They're
I
remaking
know.
that. You're like, come on, give me something new, Roadhouse.
That's why you got to go to Europe. Take a spin over to
guess
Europe.
so.
And this is a hell of a picture. I'll tell you what. It's up in the mountains, and it's the most spectacular photographed film I've ever seen. The mountains, the trees, the lake. It makes you want to just give it all up and go to the mountains. Do you ever feel that way?
Not
You're
really.
not a big give it up and go somewhere guy.
I hate rural. Also, 8 Mountains sounds like a brewery. You ever go to 8 Mountains? Got fucked up there once, hit my wife.
It might be.
Yeah, but all right, I'll check out 8 Mountains. How's that super whoppy, super dibadoo Italian?
No,
Bellissimo.
they're just like I don't know. They're like, hey, scoop boop boop boo. Which is
Okay.
crazy how close Italian is to Spanish. It's like the same language.
Romance and French, they're all very similar.
But French is different though,
Well,
right?
French has got that cadence. They got that Je m'appelle Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oui, oui. Mm.
But like Italian and Spanish, it's all the same words.
Yeah.
Cone, sea, primavera.
Right.
It's like most of the words are the same.
Yeah, that's
Uno.
true. And by the way, all masculine, feminine. So that could get dicey.
Oh,
Are we going to get
boy.
some trans words or some non-binary adjectives?
Yikesy dikesy.
Just saying, it's a lot to uproot and start over.
Roots. The
Good
Roots.
movie. Good band.
Yeah. I never listened to them or watched that.
I haven't seen either as well. I've
Yeah.
met the Roots and I still haven't listened to a lick.
I know they have the one song that was big.
Mm.
I can't
Roots
remember.
are radical. What was that?
I don't know. I confused the Gorillaz hit and the Roots hit.
Roots.
It's like, because they both came out around the same time, I feel like, but I don't know.
And there's Grassroots.
Yeah, that I know.
That's a
In
band.
my midnight confession, when I'm
I
telling the world that I love you. With Creed Bratton from The Office.
Really?
He's in the band.
What?
Look it up.
Whoa, give it a goog. You're
Yeah.
blowing my tits.
Grassroots featuring Creed Bratton. He's in the band. And
Wow.
this reminds me of the time I dated a girl that I hated.
I don't buy it.
And she texted me, or I told her that. And then like 3 days later, she was like, hey, you were right.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, Creed Bratton was in the office.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I wasn't right. I was telling you a thing.
It's a fact.
I wasn't like, hey, you know what I think?
Yeah.
Maybe this.
Right.
Now I'm afraid I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, he's in there, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what
Oh,
a
yeah.
transition
Well,
to TV.
Supposedly they did like a karaoke scene in the office, and he started singing, and they were like, no, you gotta sound like shit.
Oh.
Because he was like, in my midnight confession, and they were like, you gotta sound like an asshole.
Yeah, that's fun. He's too good.
Too good.
I wonder if that helped him in the audition, because he had to audition for the role, and I wouldn't say he's a famous guy. You wouldn't see him on the street and go, Creed Roots Grass.
Well, I think he was probably all drugged up and half retarded from the drugs.
Sure.
And that helped the character.
Yeah, well, there's a great tune. I don't know one other song they sing, but that song kicked ass.
Yeah, it does. Great usage in Jackie Brown.
Yes.
I'm sure there's another one. I can't remember it, though.
Yeah, call in if you know Grassroots. But, yeah, good time. So I got to throw a nugget at you here.
Throw it right up my ass. I bet I'll come. I'm horny as shit.
Yeah, you getting laid over there?
Started having sex again, which is exciting, but it's a little
Hey.
awkward because, there's a little one like 6 inches away.
That's hot.
So you got to kind of, keep it. And not to mention, you charge up. First of all, we had the vibrator die mid-sex a couple weeks ago.
I've been there.
A couple days ago. And then, meanwhile, I'm talking dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, suck, Dikembe Mutombo's cock after the game, you little bitch. And all of a sudden it goes, and now we have to spring into like, oh, all right, let's go put that together. And meanwhile, I'm wearing an Allen Iverson jersey calling her Dikembe Mutombo.
Sure. You're traveling.
It's no good. And so then we get the baby sleeping. You got to put the baby down and sleep and make sure he's in like a REM sleep before you start fucking.
Right.
But I forgot. I've been charging the vibrator for 6 months.
Uh-huh.
So then we're trying to be quiet. She turns it on. It's like, and the baby shoots up and says his first words, and it's, help me.
Right. Wow. Well, I didn't know you had the pull cord. You got the loud one, huh? You got the John Deere.
It's not usually that loud, but I think when you leave it on the charger for a couple months,
Oh, it's juiced.
it was through the roof. It was like Jose Canseco.
Right. It's offsides. It jumped. It went over the scrimmage. Holy shit. Wow, yeah, my lady, that vibrator it takes half the load off you. No pun intended.
I want the load on me.
That's true.
Fanny.
But yeah, I mean, you can get that thing going down there, and I'm pumping, and she gets off, I get off in 2 pumps, and we're all copacetic.
We're all vibrator. We do not have
Really?
any sex without a vibrator ever. Once you get
What?
to an age and a place, you're like, works for you, works for me. Let's do our thing.
Sometimes it's fun to go Amish because you want to go back to the roots.
Grass.
You want to see like, hey, can I still knock this out?
But it takes, when you get older, you got time. Things cost time, take time. It's like, what am I going to do? Work my thumb for 45 minutes?
Well, that's the thing. It does take longer, and we got places to be, folks. We got a Patreon.
I've got a Patreon. Join that Patreon. We're just doing full, regular, half-hour episodes the last couple months. Ratings are through the roof.
Through the
It's
roof.
skyrocketing.
One
yes.
message. People are really enjoying it, or a person.
No more of that musqueef horse shit.
Everybody hated that.
Yeah, we're just doing straight up 30-minute episodes. That's what the people want. Am I right? Call in, text in, email in.
Happy New
Chuck,
Year.
you want to add something?
They already did. They answered your thing.
Yeah,
We
I
had-
love it.
It was. I told you last week what it was.
Okay, well,
You
I
don't
love
listen
it.
to me, but that's
we don't
okay.
have to get into it.
But this is the thing. This is where Chuck has gone astray.
Uh-oh.
Has gone ashtray. Is what do you call it? You polled the people that are already on the Patreon.
Yes. Keep
We
her up
gotta
the pole.
scoop up the people that aren't on the Patreon. And you
That's
say,
the
hey,
key.
we're in here watching TV. They go, I don't want to watch them watch TV. They
No.
want a half-hour podcast, and that's what they're getting.
That's
and it's
what we're-
twice as spicy.
That's
And-
what we're giving it.
The best way to vote for that is to sign up for the Patreon today.
Yeah.
That's how you
Sign up
vote.
today,
That's it.
baby.
Make it your New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Buy
Yes.
some things you like, and you'll love this because it's a wild cyclone of banter.
You like the podcast? There's more podcasts.
You got that right, Fatty.
And Musqueef TV, which rules. Hot Gay Sets,
Love
which is
it.
insane. We're going to record a few new ones.
Live apps, movies we watch. I mean, you name it. Celebrities, stars, Shane Gillis, Nikki Glazer. You get it.
Yep. So what were you going to say? You started saying something.
So I went out with the wife. We go on a hot date, and I bought a Christmas tree. You got to have the tree.
Love the tree. I'm a big tree guy.
Bought the tree a week ago, and I never got the stand.
Ah,
Comedy
great club.
Yeah. So I had the tree just leaning up on the windowsill. So I felt like I did my part, but without the stand, it's a limp dick.
No, you need the stand. You need the water in the stand.
Yeah, I got to do that too.
And you bought it by yourself? You didn't go as a couple?
Well, she was out of town, and I was trying to bring her. I was going to have it home when she got there.
Oh, that's no good. You got to
No
go
good?
together.
Well, we got the stand together. We stand together on this.
Now that's funny.
That's
a
comedy.
bit.
Okay.
That's a bit.
Well, it couldn't stand up without us getting that stand. So
The idea of you going to get a tree while your wife is out of town, and then together you go shopping for a stand, that is my idea of comedy.
there you go. All right, stand by me. So we go out for a couple of drinks and dinner. We're having a nice night, looking in each other's eyes, a little footsie under the table. I'm vibrating her. And then we go, you know what? And this is what's great about this city and what's horrible about this city. I go, hey, it's 1:30 in the morning, 1 a.m. Let's go get a tree stand. It's still open.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. All day.
6th Avenue. We go over there. And by the way, in the village, 6th Avenue, 1 in the morning, the kooks are aplenty.
No, that's Kook Central now.
Lousy.
6th Avenue Heartache. It is horrendous over there.
Lousy with kooks. So I go up to the tree. You know, they got them all leaning up on the wall there. There's a little hut. You've seen these tree stands.
The Kook or the tree?
The tree,
Oh.
the tree place.
I wish they were all lined up against the wall, getting arrested.
Just mow them all down.
Hey, that's him talking, not me.
Just joking. All right, put him in the river. But so we go up to the tree area. You know, the guy's out there. It's a little guy. He's got to be 800 years old. He's like a little gnome.
Ah,
Yeah.
Dorman.
Yeah. So this little gnome, I go, hey, buddy, we're just looking for a tree stand. He goes, come here. You got to help me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, the crazies are out tonight. I'm not safe here. And I'm like, this guy's got suspenders on. He's about this tall, and he's literally 75. Gotta be.
Oh, my God, because this is like a cash business.
Cash biz.
And trees like $150.
I look in his little hut. There's some guy just like doing this with money, counting money, wads of cash. I was like, what's going on there? He's like, he's all right, but this is not safe. And I'm like, maybe we should get out of here. Like, it's 1:30 in the morning. I don't know, sir. What are you doing? We're just going to buy a stand and get out of your way. He goes, don't worry, I'm packing.
What?
This guy's got a gun. He shows me a gun in his back
Come
belt.
on.
I swear to God.
In Manhattan?
Manhattan. That's what I'm saying. Yes, the Christmas tree place is open, but poor old what's the Keebler
Saint
elf?
Nick? Oh.
Yeah. This Keebler elf has got a fucking Glock on him. I mean, the juxtaposition of the beautiful Christmas time, buying a tree, holiday spirit, with a fucking 8mm.
That's insane.
Insane. So I'm like telling the lady, like, let's get the stand, get the hell out of here. This guy's on his own. He's packing.
I mean, is concealed carry legal here? I think that's not legal.
I don't think it is,
You could have
but
pinched him.
this is life and death here. Yeah, I didn't want to Grinch him.
I get it. I mean, it's crazy down there, and like you said, it's cash. But you sell 15 Christmas trees. You got $2,000 in your pocket.
Exactly. These things ain't cheap. They're at least the little ones are 60. The big ones are who the fuck knows.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So I go, let me just get the stand. He goes, it's $20. I'll give it to you for 15, but just don't leave me. And I was like, you got it. Gave him the 15. By the way, I'm like doing this with money. You got all that spot pay in your wallet, you know?
Sure.
So I don't want to give him a 20 because then he's got to make change. Now we got cash flying all over the place.
Oh, and now are they around?
They're
Can you
around.
hear them? Are they scooching around?
They're scooching, they're skirting, they're jumping in trees, they're coming out of manholes. So I go, all right, here you go. I found 3 5s in my wallet. Peeling it up, 1, 2, 3. I turn around, kook out of the zombie era. I mean, this is like bubbling lips, crazy nails, nutty hair with leaves in it. And he's like, hey, man. And he's doing the thing where he wants to shake your hand. And you're like, God.
I like
it's
the
just
handshake.
open wounds, open sores, bubbling up, scabby.
You can't shake the hand.
Yeah, Scabby Hoffman. And I go, hey, give me one of these, buddy. And he goes, what's your problem? And we're like this.
Oh, boy.
And I just, you know when you make that moment in your head where you're like, this is going to happen. This is going down.
This is trouble, yeah.
This is it. I got the fight or flight. The wife's like, she's hiding over here. And I'm like, hey, buddy, don't want any trouble. Just trying to buy a Christmas stand. This guy's packing. And he goes, you think I give a fuck if he's packing? And I was like, well, here, take some change. Put some change in his hand, and he throws it down.
Oh,
So this
my
is on.
word.
We're on, baby.
Oh, my God.
This is about to be jingle all the way. I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, I got an axe over here. I got this little guy. I'll throw him. Hit the wife. I got buzzsaw, whatever it is.
I would have Hana cut in my pants. Hello, folks.
Well, this was Kwanzaa because this guy was angry. And I was like, all right, buddy, what do you want? And he goes, I want you to suck my dick.
Come on.
And I'm like, hey, watch the language there. This is Christmas time. We got an elf here. Relax.
Wow.
And I grab the
Uncle
wife.
Sam.
And the other guy goes, hey, buddy, leave him alone. And he was like, what's your problem? And we got the hell out of there.
Oh, my God. I mean, that would have been
Yeah.
the time for the gat.
I think I didn't hear a pop, but it was warranted. Ho, ho, ho. This guy got an early gift.
I mean, that is horrifying. That's my worst nightmare.
Big guy looming over, the eye contact, those yellow eyes going like, I want you to suck my dick. And he threw the change on the ground. I mean, this was it.
I mean, this guy's a real Grinch.
Oh,
That should
yeah.
be the Grinch. They should remake it with Jim Carrey with, leaves and shit and hair in his head.
Blackface, yeah.
And it just really,
Yeah, it got ugly. And I was like, this is it. It's going down. So he might have gotten a pop in the leg. I haven't seen him since. That was a couple days ago.
I think that would actually be a good idea for like a really real gritty horror movie, like a realistic movie where it's just like you're just in a neighborhood that goes bad, and it's just a lot of people like on fentanyl and
Yeah.
shit, just terrorizing you.
Yeah, because that's actually real. Those are always the scariest movies. You get some supernatural thing where a guy's like, I'm half beetle or whatever. You're like, whatever. But give me some just schizophrenics.
Yeah, exactly. Yoko Ono, half beetle. That's a stretch. I don't
I
know.
liked it. I wouldn't even. Is she a beetle?
Well, she was there.
That's true.
You
ever watch that documentary?
Which one? I've watched a few. There's like 50 documentaries about this goddamn band.
Well, the Apple thing where they just put a camera on them and let them roll while they're
Yeah.
in training or practice. And they bring in Yoko, and you can see the whole band's like, here we go.
There's that one. There's the McCartney with Rick Rubin. Then there's there's the Beatles Anthology. There's like 50 things
I
for
know.
a band that was around for 6 years.
People like the Beatles. I mean, apparently they changed the game. Only toured for 4 years.
I love the Beatles. I like the Beatles.
People like
There's a
them.
lot of films about the Beatles.
People hate Yoko. Yokimon. That's a classic with a Chuck Berry.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my God, we've all been there. We've all been cucked pretty good by an Asian lady and had a famous singer not respect us.
You ever see the old photos of the Dakota, the building?
Yes.
There's literally nothing there.
I know
It's crazy.
weird.
It's crazy to see. Like the whole Upper West Side was built around that.
Really?
Yeah, can you pull up an image of the Dakota 1890? NYC, the
Oh,
Dakota.
1890. Well, now we're going way back.
But that's how old it was. It's a huge building. Looks exactly like it does now, but
Yeah.
no other building. It's the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. It's like on a
Right.
farm. The Upper West Side was like a farm.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'll-
Can you flip it around so the Marcus can see
Please.
that? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. The computer's plugged in.
I believe it.
No, that's it
Oh,
now.
that's the skyscraper behind it.
Yeah. No, give us the old OG.
1890.
Give us an old photo.
This is on the Wikipedia for the Dakota.
Okay.
We'll
But
go
give us the
old
Google
Dakota.
image.
South Dakota.
This is bad radio. I'm
All right.
sorry. I'll
But-
pull it up after.
Well, you ever driving through on the road and you're like, all right, I'm going from Kansas City to Oklahoma City and it's all flat? You're like, at some point this will be booming. It's all coming.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, that's how everything started. You watch an Old West movie and it's just like the saloon and the podiatrist.
But there's a lot of flat out there.
Oh, tell that to my ex, flat earther. But yeah, no, you're right. But I think eventually there's enough land and the overpopulation. We're gonna have to grow out.
Yeah. There it is. That's the photo. Is that wild?
That's wild.
Unbelievable.
There's
Nothing there.
Why would you build one rando and then nothing else?
I think they were starting to build it up, and then the rumor was that it was called the Dakota because it was so far. They're like, that's the Dakota. That's not true. It's an old wives' tale.
I hate the wives.
I did a deep dive the other day, but that is something else, that building. For
Crazy.
those who don't know, the Dakota is a apartment building.
Yes.
Most famous residential building in America.
Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby, which I always talk about. It's so crazy. The guy, they jump off the roof. She dies on the sidewalk right where Lennon gets shot just a few years later
Who?
in the movie.
Oh.
And then 12 years later, he's shot right there.
Crazy.
Amazing.
It's wild. You go out there, if you walk by the Dakota, there's a guy in a top hat. He's opening the gate, the big gothic black iron gate, and there's a little guy in a hut. It's old school.
Yeah, you got to see it. If you come to New York, go to the Dakota. It's spectacular. And
I'd love to get in there to see it all.
I know.
Yeah.
You want to walk around. You want a place there.
Yeah, what that rent's got to be. Give a Dakota rent.
I found it. I think Yoko at one point was paying $15,000 a month or something like
Woo, what a
Yeah.
silly thing to do. Fucking Yoko.
that. Well, who had the bid? Was it Burr that had the bid about? Someone had the bid about. That's how exclusive New York what do you call it? Real estate is. This woman's husband was shot 14 times directly in front of her. She's like, I'll stay here.
No, I've never
sticking
heard
it out.
that.
Yeah, somebody had that bit. Maybe it wasn't Burr.
That's great.
Somebody had the bit.
Oh,
Lauren
wow.
Bacall lived there, and I think Madonna lived there for a minute, and Dustin Hoffman, and My Sister's Ass.
Boy, Madonna, she really got laid. She banged everybody.
She was so hot, and now she
so
looks
sexy.
fucking weird.
I know. She's a
might-
ghoul.
I might go see. I got this now. Let me throw this at you.
Please hit me, fatty.
So I love Madonna, big Madonna
Really?
guy.
I
Well,
didn't know
80s,
that.
90s Madonna. I love True Blue, babe. You keep on pushing my love
Sing it,
over the
sister.
borderline.
Yeah.
Scoo-ba-doo-doo.
Gotta get
Lucky
some ice.
Star rules, Material Girl rules, and Living on a Prayer.
Oh,
Living on a
yeah.
Prayer, like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
Living on a Prayer, also very good.
Bon
Different
Jovi?
singer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That song's gay, but it's fun.
Jovial. I love living like a prayer. Like a prayer.
Oh, my God.
It'll take you there. Oh,
It
it's
rules Vogue.
Dream to me.
And
Oh,
she's
yeah.
so fucking hot, like
So
a virgin in
hot.
the wedding dress. I mean, she is the fucking
Well,
best.
she's got an odd look, but it works. She's got that super whoppy Dago face. And
Yeah.
her real name's like Calzone Pizzeria or something.
From Detroit, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, she's something. So I'm getting Sarah tickets to see her,
Oh, wow.
but we got no people, no help. I want to go to the show.
Oh, right.
So now I got to be like, well, I guess just go with Feehan or something.
Yeah.
And now I got to sit at home while my wife is booping around with True Blue.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine what those prices were.
It's not that crazy because I think she's like an old bag of shit now.
She's a big gargoyle.
It's not that crazy.
Really?
Yeah, because everything's Taylor Swift
Taylor
now.
Swift.
The kids don't give a fuck about Madonna. They
That's
don't know
right.
who Madonna is.
Wow. Poor lady.
Who, Madonna?
Yeah, but I'm sure-
I think she's held on to some cash.
Okay, I hope so, but I'm sure it's the garden.
oh, yeah.
Okay, so she's,
She's
still
doing
filling it
multiple
up.
gardens. Yeah, but I think that's it, too. She's doing a lot of shows. So I think, I mean, it's not cheap, but it ain't $800 a ticket.
Wow, okay. Well, good for the Madonna.
Yeah, maybe you could take Sarah if you're interested because I got to stay at home with this goddamn babe.
Hey, I'm in. I'd love to take her.
Nah, I don't
All
know
right,
about
maybe
that.
not. Might be a little awkward, but yeah, wow, Madonna. I mean, she's gonna wither away soon. She's got to be 98.
I think she's 65 years old. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it weird to think Madonna is like my dad's age? Madonna and my dad were the same age.
That's somewhat sexy.
It's really funky.
That's wild. Tuesday's story is brought to you by BetterHelp, baby. You guys all know we love therapy no matter what you're going through, family stuff, relationship, work. Therapy is a great way to connect with yourself, celebrate your strengths, and talk through your problemos. BetterHelp makes it so easy. It's online therapy that you can do whenever and wherever is convenient for you. Get matched with licensed therapists and choose between video call, phone, or even message. It's never been easier to get the help you need. Convenience is the key. We love therapy. We do it all the time. Shout out to Big Al. The problem is you got to go up there. You got to come back. Sometimes you go into therapy, you have a breakthrough. You're crying your heart out. You're jizzing. You're queefing. And then you got to go out and face the world and on the sidewalk. It's a little much. So I think it's a great thing to just go do therapy on a Zoom call, close your laptop, and now you can kind of decompress right there in your bedroom. Rub one out. If you don't mesh with your therapist, don't panic. You can switch at any time at the click of a button. Get started with therapy in 2024 so you can plan the future and celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. Get on it.
Folks, Tuesdays with Stories is also brought to you by Raycon.
Raycon.
It's the year of our Lord 2024. If you don't have a pair of Raycon earbuds yet, it is time. The time has come, folks. Raycons are total game changers. They've got a perfect in-ear fit, a 32-hour battery life with 8 hours of playtime, and they're half the price of other premium audio brands. I love Raycon. They sent us this thing years ago, and I was like, these are the best damn earbuds I've ever stuck in my ear. I love them. Great sound, high def sound. I don't know all the terminology. All I know is they rule, and they're a fraction of the cost of other AirPods. With noise isolation awareness mode and 3 customizable sound profiles, you've got tons of options for how you want to listen. These earbuds also will not budge, so you can take them for a run without worrying that you'll lose them somewhere on the trail. I'm a big runner. I run every day. I got my Raycons in there. They don't even move. I've had other earbuds that get loose and jostle loose and fall out. I got a whole bit about it. Raycons don't move. Raycons are an absolute must, and they have an amazing offer, Tuesdays with Stories listeners, so get on it. Go to buyraycon.com/Tuesdays to get 15% off your Raycon order plus free shipping.
Nice.
That's buyraycon.com/Tuesdays. Score 15% off and free shipping. Buyraycon.com/Tuesdays.
Nice. Hey, folks. Tuesday Stories brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is here to spice things up. New customer can bet $5 on any game and get 200 clams instantly in bonus bets. Wow. When you got a little skin in the game, everything's a little more exciting. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Tuesdays. New customers can bet just $5 to get 200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Tuesdays. The crown is yours. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boo Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Do I have to read all that? All right.
Yeah.
Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Basically, get on DraftKings and get some money. Go have fun. Gamble your heart out. Take care. Here's a nugget to put in your pubic hair and see if I can get it out. You remember Christmas Vacation where he goes to the mall and there's that hot brunette and she lifts up her skirt?
Of course. What, you
know who that is?
No.
Pull this up there, Four Eyes.
I don't find that woman that attractive.
Oh.
She's not as attractive as Beverly DAngelo.
I like them both, but
I don't hate her.
Sure, but that lift.
So who is
that
she?
That thigh scene was like, I was off sides. I was losing it. So she's Nicolette Scorsese.
That's his daughter?
I believe it's his daughter. But
What?
Here's the crazier part.
What?
She's 70 today.
That makes sense.
I mean,
that movie came out in 89, so that's 35 years ago.
Yeah, so she was probably, what, 30?
35.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, she looked younger.
Yeah. But when you look close, her face is a little, not horrible, but it's not.
It's a little wonky.
Beverly DAngelo is so fucking hot.
Sexy lady. I love that MILF.
What I love about that scene, too, and Matt Wayne, I got to give credit where credit is gay.
Sure.
He pointed it out first that, like, you see the son, who's in all the TV shows now at Christmas Vacation. He was
he?
He was in Roseanne. He was in, what's the one, Chuck? You must know.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, he's in
Big Bang?
Big Bang, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I never put that together.
Yeah, so he's in that, but he does the thing when he sees his dad, he's like, oh, he does like an eye roll, like, there's my dad. Like, so Clark is just a poon hound.
I guess
and
so.
then all the movies, he's like trying to get laid, he's with some hot bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, he's driving in the car in the first vacation, and the lady's like, I guess you're right. He does meet her by the
he gets
pool.
in the pool,
Yeah.
and then the kid is like, oh, here's my dad.
Right.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
And
This
he's
is
like,
crazy.
I mean, that's one of the funniest scenes ever.
Yeah,
in
I guess you're
Vacation.
right.
So Clark is like a real cool dad, pussy
Hornball,
hound,
yeah.
and he's my hero.
I'm thinking of Father of the Bride, where he pulls up next to that smoke show, and he goes, he points to the ring.
Right.
And I remember my high school girlfriend at the time was like, that's so sweet. Good times. She died eventually. But
yeah, you can't see the line, can you, Russ? I said Ryan. I'm like Donna Chang over here.
easy, Yoko. So wait, is she, I'm sure you deleted it already, but is she related to the Scores?
Wow.
Daughter?
Yeah.
Niece?
Can we get a DOB
Uncle?
on her?
Date of birth?
Yeah.
January 6, 1954.
54. So she is older than my father.
So in the 80s, she was probably 30-ish.
54, so she would have been 35 to 35.
I thought she was 21 in that movie.
Yeah, she's 35 and 35. So she's
Wow.
70.
Because, Mrs. Robinson was 38.
Right.
89.
So it's just
Yeah.
close because she looked
35.
so young.
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
35, and it was 35 years ago. That's 70.
It was her
altogether.
birthday 2 days ago.
What's the
Happy
relation
birthday.
to the Marty?
Yeah, I think it's daughter.
Half man, half party.
Because one of the articles was like, whatever happened to Martin Scorsese's daughter?
Yeah.
Oh,
what
wait,
did that?
actually, wait a minute. I thought I just saw
Uh-oh,
that.
What's going on? This is a real mystery. We
Well,
got the
on-
mystery mobile.
On IMDb, the trivia says, no relation to Martin Scorsese.
I don't
Wow.
buy it.
Isn't
but
that weird?
Well, no, he would have been too young to have a kid. If she
I
was
don't
born
know.
in 54, he doesn't have a kid.
He was quite the philanderer and cokehead.
No, he would have been like 10 years old.
I'm going to look
Oh,
up.
yeah.
They're like almost the same age. He's like 80. He would have been 12.
Good point.
Yeah,
I take it all back. But I thought they could be cousins or nieces or...
something.
Oh, I guess not. All
No,
right.
I found another thing that says she's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
she,
his kids would have been born in like the late 70s.
Yeah, maybe that's right.
she had a whoppy look. I figured they were together or related.
Yeah, Beverly DAngelo, though, my goodness, that is
Oh,
just
yeah.
my cup of tea. Not this one.
No.
I
but-
mean, like, God, and you see her cans in the first one.
I
Christmas
know.
Vacation with the black nylon-y tights and
Ah.
that shirt like this, and she's so pretty and fun, and she can sing, and she's hilarious.
She did a Playboy, I believe.
Boo!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Call in, ship that to me. First one to send that to me. I'll send him a picture of my wife's asshole on Christmas.
All right. Give it a goog, Chuck. We got to find this. But
I want the physical copy. I'm not just
Oh.
gonna let him see my wife's
Oh.
asshole for a
We can find you
a
that.
Getty image.
Well, I did look up Martin Scorsese's children just to double check, and she's not related to
Okay.
him.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Forget I
All
brought
right.
it up.
Damn it.
I assume movies, same name,
Yeah.
Italian. Nope. No dice. I
What are you
figured he
gonna
got
do?
her in.
So what else? What else we got? We got some stories. I got stories. I got something.
I got
Oh,
one more
Jesus
that
Christ.
that's only you would understand.
I can't wait.
All right. So I had you remember I've been thinking a lot about your garage guy, the nodder.
Oh my God! Forget about it.
Yeah. So the nod couple, but
Notting
I
Hill.
got in a cab. You know me, I'm hustling around trying to get places. These cabbies, you'd think with Uber sniffing up their asshole, they'd be a little nicer.
No, they've gotten worse.
They've gotten worse.
because they're bitter. They're assholes. They will not take you to Queens. Like,
Whoa.
openly. Yeah.
That's
Even
illegal.
white guys with glasses are just like no Queens.
What?
Yeah.
Illegal. You gotta-
Absolutely.
If you can get that door closed, it's illegal.
Yeah.
I learned that from Sally Field in Punchline.
I think even with the door open, it's illegal.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Well, there you go. It sucks for the UPS guy. That door's always open. But I get in a cab and I go, "Hey, 23rd and Broadway." Nothing. And I'm like, just making sure you got it because I have to get there. And he's like, no response. And I go, "Can you hear? Are you hearing me?" I was like, maybe it's a glass issue with the partition.
Uh-huh.
No response. And I'm like, "Sir, can you give me a response?" And now I'm getting annoyed. Nothing. And eventually I guess we're heading the right way. And I'm like, fuck this guy. I hate this guy. I asked him one more thing. No response. And I'm like up on the glass. It's bad. It's like a prison thing where I'm like Jim Carrey with the nipple.
Oh, Billy.
Yeah. So eventually, I'm like, all right, well, fuck this guy. I go to my phone, whatever. He won't even give me an acknowledgement, not a nod, not a tee-hee, nothing.
Have you started moving yet?
We're moving, and
Okay.
I'm assuming he's going to 28th and Broadway
I
because
see.
I'm way uptown, but all right, whatever. So nothing. Just give me an acknowledgement, but whatever. And, we're insecure. I need validation, so I'm like, I'm invisible. I'm nothing. I'm meaningless. I'm a speck of dust and no one cares, whatever. So it's all compounding. And then eventually we're driving, a bike guy cuts right in front of us.
Ooh.
I mean, we would have killed this guy. We
Oh,
were
my
going,
God.
40. This guy was just, and he ran a light and he goes, I hit the glass. I mean, it was a crazy stop. And he goes, holy shit, that was insane. Did you see that?
Whoa, look who comes around.
I iced him.
Yeah!
I got him
He's
back.
like Gail Cunningham.
I got him back because I don't give a shit. I got ice in the veins. He goes, can you believe it? Whoa, we almost killed that guy. That was wild. Oh, my God.
Wow, what's good for the goose is good for the cabbie.
Exactly. Suck it, Death Cab for Cutie. Eat my ass. We had a 14-minute ride, didn't say a word. He kept trying. That was wild. I mean, we would have killed that guy. That guy would have died.
Wow.
Nothing.
Good for you.
See how you like it. I'm going Uber next time.
Yeah.
You come and stain.
No, they stink. Yellow cabs are bad, and the lifts. But I have to say, there's a few things I'm very more grateful for than that we live right here in the Big Apple, where Lyft drivers don't say shit.
I do love that.
Because you go to, where was I? Portland, Oregon. I think we talked about it then.
Yeah.
Every single driver, how you doing? What brings you to Portland? Why are you fucking me in the ass?
And do you do the thing where I look up on the dash and I go, all right, 16 minutes.
Oh, of
I can
course.
do this. I can do this.
It is, I cannot describe the level of anxiety I have.
I know. Why
Yeah.
is that?
I don't know. It's just because it's a meaningless. It would be more fun if it was like, what do you think about abortion?
Yes.
Or something. I don't know. It's just, and then you don't want to reveal that you're a comic. 'Cause
Oh,
then it becomes
God.
like, oh my God, have you ever seen D.L. Hughley? Oh,
Forget
yes.
about it. But you go into this lie spiral. They're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, a wedding. And they're like, oh, who got married? Nicolette Scorsese. Where was the wedding? At the Presbyterian on 14th. Really? I thought that place burned down. No, they rebuilt it. I'm just
horrible.
like, going lower and lower into this bullshit story.
It's horrible, and I don't mind a nice. Hey, what's your name? Oh yeah, Joe. Nice, beautiful weather. Okay, I think that's what it is because you don't know when it's gonna end.
That's what it is.
And I'm like that at the barber too. I like just a zen, quiet haircut. which I need
Same.
one.
Let me just look at my face, hate myself, and get out of here.
That's all I want.
Yeah, but the not knowing when it's going to end. If somebody went, it was like the chess match, boop, they hit that shot clock. You're like, all right, I'll do 6 minutes.
Well, that's the thing too. Is I think part of it is you're afraid. You don't know your boundary. You're afraid to get into a weird space.
Sure.
Where you just go, yeah, but December's warm because of climate change, and he's like, climate change, you piece of shit, or whatever it is.
That's a whole other bag of hammers.
Or you say, I don't know, men and women. Well, men and women, you think, well, was it 78?
Right,
And then
yeah.
you go,
Two genders.
Gee, and then you got to jump out of the car.
I know. It's brutal. And then for the record, I don't want to come off like I hate talking to people. We're very personable.
Extremely personal. I got people in my house all day, every day.
It's the meaningless, meandering. It's work. It is work. Like, oh, is that right? There was nothing here. It was all flat. Yeah, when I was a kid, this was all flat. And you're like, how about that? And you're like, this is hard for me. I'm pulling shit out of my ass here.
Well, and also sometimes, too, is I got things to do myself. So now it's like I got to respond to these 3 texts or send an email,
Yeah.
and now I can't because of this. Or my wife
Right.
is going, hey, my asshole's bleeding because of that thing you fed me. And I got to go, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Sears was a great store.
Right.
Or whatever.
But now I'm coming off as a cunt because I'm like, hey, this fucking cabbie won't acknowledge me. And then I'm in the Uber like, hey, why is this guy
But
chit-chatting?
that's different because the acknowledgement,
Thank you.
this is pleasantries. There's a difference between, that's like manners.
Manners.
Hey, I got to go to 23rd and Broadway. You got it. Coming right up. I got to take care. Thank you.
Done and done.
And when I leave a lift, I go, oh, my God, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Yada, yada.
Yeah, I do the same. I go 5 stars.
And I'm not saying they're assholes for talking. They're very nice people in Portland
No,
and wherever else.
no.
I just prefer New York City.
Yeah,
And
no,
nothing
I'm
better
with
than
you.
when they're on the phone.
Oh.
Because then you don't even feel awkward.
Yeah.
Because they're on the phone for 28 hours at a time. And so every once in a while, they'll just be like, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
Blah, 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 blah.
the weird thing about the phone call on the Uber is I feel like the other guy's never talking. It's just the driver. He's like, and then I went this way, and blah, 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 blah. It's all in some other language. But I'm like, what is the other guy doing? Just, oh, yeah, you got that right.
See, I feel like I always have the opposite experience.
Really?
I feel like the guy's just listening to his wife clamor on back in Bangladesh.
Sure.
And then Shafi. And he's just every once in a while like, I know. That's my experience. Because then I'm always like this. What's that? And he's like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on the phone. And you're like this. Oh, great. Carry
Right.
on.
That's the other problem with the noise canceling is you're like, I think I heard something, and you don't want to be rude, so you do that, and you're like, I got to pause the old Sam Harris.
I know, exactly. The noise cancel giveth and taketh away. Because sometimes you get in, we're talking about, what's it called again? Our
Uber?
sponsor?
Oh,
Raycon. That was
Raycon!
Raycon noise canceling, some of the best ever. But
got that
sometimes
right.
there's the thing, too, with these AirPods. If you have them in your hand closed, it thinks it's in the ear.
yes.
So I'll take one out and
yes.
close it, and all of a sudden it cancels this ear.
So true.
And I'm like the driver or the beautiful lineswoman.
Right. Yeah, it does cancel out. You ever put it on your knee, and you're like, oh, it's going again.
Yes.
In this ear.
Yes, exactly. It's a
Yeah.
little funky.
It's a little funky. Now, here's what's interesting about the wife of mine is she loses things. She's one of these misplacers.
Uh-huh.
And so you get her the headphones. She's got one, but not the other. She lost the case, but she's got the phone, but the bud, but the boop-a-doo, Bud Bundy. And she goes, I want the wire.
I was just Isabel Hagen, same way.
Really?
Yes.
I
same
go,
thing.
the wire is constrictive. It gets caught on the dildo or whatever. And you're like, well, fuck the wire. She likes the show The Wire.
Yeah, I don't like the show and I don't like the product because
I'm with you.
I don't get it. And I'm a big rock out guy.
Yeah.
I put music on. I'm jumping around, air guitar. So I would always rip it out of my ears violently.
Yeah, same.
Because I'd be like, let my love open the door. And I'm like, oh, shit. I just ripped the fucking thing out.
Yeah,
It's a real cock block.
Yes, and it hurts.
But
Rips.
yeah, so I just had, he's got wires over there. No, what do you got? That's like a horseshoe.
Yeah, it's like
Horse shit.
it goes in your neck, and so I feel like I lose the earbuds too. So I'd rather have this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It helps.
That's not bad.
Those collars are funny.
Practically, but I don't think my lady would want to wear like a.
Well, it goes into your shirt. I kind of put it under my shirt.
All right, there you go.
I'm under a shirt myself.
Also, you don't want to be the guy with the fucking big old bows. Like what?
Oh,
Are you,
the
some
Bose
DJ?
guy. Yeah, he looks like fucking Marv Albert coming up the street.
Exactly. Tiesto over here with the one earbud on it, but I'm like, I don't know. You got a trench coat on with a hoodie and the buds, or the big Beats by Dreidel.
Dreidel. I don't understand
Yeah.
these losing thing people. Rana, he leaves his door, his like apartment door open. Because he
Open?
loses his keys all
Ajar?
the time. No, unlocked.
Unlocked.
But that open could mean multiple things.
That's true.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, I just lose my keys, so my door's open. So anytime if you want to go in there, I'm like, that's insane.
That's crazy.
I'm not a loser of things, including my virginity. I'm still gay.
Got
but,
the V card. But I'm with you. But if I lose something, I'm wrecked. I'm devastated.
Well, I have this. I mean, Sarah's had to console me because whatever reason, I think it was built into me as a kid from my parents. If I lose something, I am a human piece of shit.
Same.
You're like, you fucking piece of shit, because
Yeah.
we bought that, and we
Yep.
don't have any money, and now we got to buy another thing. We
Yep.
spent all this money. We drove all the way to fucking Sears, you piece
Yep.
of shit scumbag. I take it as a personal insult to myself. I'm
I'm
like,
the
you
same way.
fucking scumbag.
Yes, and it's just you had something, and then for no good reason, it's gone.
And it's existing somewhere.
yes, and you can't call it.
It makes me fucking crazy.
Fucking crazy. I'm so with you, and you just feel like a 10-year-old again. You're like, oh, I can't be responsible for anything. I'm a mess. I lose things. I stink. But then you get this guy. I got a friend, he loses stuff all the time. He'll lose his laptop. He's like, I left my laptop on the plane. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, I got a new one. I got insurance
Yeah,
or whatever. You're like, he's like, I'll just re-upload it from the cloud. I'm like, what a world. If I lose a laptop, I'm moving to Kuwait, and I'm starting a life where I milk cows.
Remember that time Greg Stone lost his laptop, and then we all pitched in. Me and Anthony DeVito, heroes, Virtue Signal. We were like, let's get him a new laptop. We had everybody pitch in, all his buddies, bought him a new
Hey.
laptop, found the laptop. So then you're kind of like this. Well, what are we? What's going on? With the,
That's
thing?
feels like a curb.
But I think he needed his new laptop, whatever that was years ago. But let me get to this. I got a couple
sorry.
things here. This
sorry.
corporate
I didn't know you
gig.
had a thing. Yeah,
I
corporate.
got multiple things over here. Nothing crazy. A little update on the foot odor problem. I got the warts, don't forget.
Oh, I know about the Hogwarts.
Which I'm a little nervous. Like Sarah's like, can I get the warts in the shower? And I'm like, I think it's soap and water. I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, maybe you should throw a flip-flop on in there.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, flip-flop in your own shower is a mind fuck.
Yeah, that feels a little crazy. But so I had to go back, and now what's happening is the wart is coming to the surface, supposedly.
Oh.
So now it's more and more sensitive, and I go in there, and I'm like, you got to fix this problem. I'm crazy. I'm dying. So my doctor, the hot doctor, she's like, all right, let's get down to business here.
Ooh, can we see this? I mean, this
I'll
is a
show
Patreon.
you. I'm not going to show them.
All right, I feel like people would pay top dollar to see that canker.
It doesn't look like much.
Okay.
I think you're picturing like a nipple sticking out.
I am. It's got a hair out of it and a claw and an eye.
No, it's not. People think it's like that.
Okay.
It's like the bubble boy.
Right.
It's not like that. It's just a little dark spot. But
Okay.
I told, like my asshole, I told the doctor, I said, this is crazy. I got to get rid of this thing. And I like going to the doctor because it's in a beautiful office. And
Sure.
she's a beautiful lady, very nice. And everyone's very friendly there. So she's like, all right, let's really get to this. Now, the one that's up here under the toe, that don't bother me at all because I don't step on it.
The weight is not on the toe.
Exactly. And so that one,
Toe
she's
truck.
like, this looks good. This is very superficial, which I don't understand what that means exactly in that context.
Superficial meaning it's all about the aesthetic. It's not actually painful. It just looks bad. It's not actually ruining your...
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so she blasts. So she's like, but the other one's like, she's like, that's still bad. So she's like, let's just get in there and rock and roll.
Yeah.
So she got that can of mace.
Oh, the freezer.
It's the freeze spray, and just
Mr.
gets in there,
Freeze.
and it's like, and I got like a stress ball, and my dick in my mouth. I'm going, go!
Really?
It's like really on fire.
Wow.
And then she goes, okay, you're all set. They do it 3 times on each thing. And it's
Jesus.
a real blaster. And it's like bleeding and purple
Whoa.
and shit.
Is she in there with a ice pick or what?
No pick, just a fucking can of spray.
Wow.
It's like spray paint. It's like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Man, so you know what it's like probably to have frostbite.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
She's just giving me frostbite, and boy, does it hurt. And I think the women are like giggling. I think they like, really shoving a heel up a guy's ass.
Sure. Now, I wonder if some of this is tapping into your sadomasochist, put me in a wig and put a high heel up my ass and call me Felipe.
Well, I don't like pain, though. I do want to walk around in heels and blow a guy.
Sure.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah,
You
that's
reach
pretty
an
standard.
age.
Right.
A pair of panties and, a ball gag. But no, it's like bleeding stuff. And then they finish. It does feel sexual because they're like, all right, take care. We'll see you in 3 weeks. And
Yeah.
they leave. And I'm grimacing and I got the Band-Aids on. And then every step is like, gah,
Yeah.
And it's Christmas time. I like to be out walking
Sure.
around. So I was just limping around like a fat asshole.
Right.
And you feel for these people that are just fat,
I
with
know.
broken, sprained
It's a
feet and legs.
Tough
and,
life. But did you get it? Did they remove the wart?
no, it's still there. It's
What?
still, and it was better so it was a different kind of pain. It was a burn pain
Ah.
for a while, but now it's back to like pebble in your foot
Yeah,
pain. But
the
I
pebble.
think we're getting closer.
Okay. Now, another psychological question for you. Do you think you ever heard of that? What is that thing where you go to the doctor because you want the attention? What is that called?
Munchausen?
Munchausen.
Yeah.
Maybe you like, hey, look at these people are worried about me. They're helping me. It's your love language.
No, it's a wart. I'll show you.
I know, but you said I like going to the doctor. You went for the root canal 12 times.
Well, that I hated. I was
Oh, okay.
suicidal during that. It was the worst time of my life. And I really got rooked there, by the way.
Yeah, that's what they do over there.
They really do. I went to a new dentist, and they're like, I got a cleaning 3 days ago. And they're
Root
like,
canal.
what's with all these root canals?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I think I had a bad dentist. They were like, yeah. Like, they kind of were like, Jesus. And that same dentist, he told me I had like 2 cavities on these teeth. I've gotten 4 cleanings at this new place. No mention of any cavity.
Whoa.
And they had a thing. They're like, right on the back of this tooth, you got a little thing here that could become a cavity. I could fill it, but it's up to you. But no, this is good. She's like, it's up to you. She's like, we could put a little thing that'll help because
Okay.
that will become a cavity if you're not careful.
Right.
She's like, I wouldn't worry about it if you're worried about it, we can do it. Which that's what you want.
Right.
The other guy was like, whoop, we need 7 root canals, and none of those teeth hurt.
Oh.
I had 3 root canals on teeth that weren't bothering me because I got rook because you trust the doctor.
Of course. Well, the dentist is the mechanic of the body.
Absolutely.
Because he can lie. You need a new Johnson rod. This is bad. You'll never run again. Your car's going to break down in the middle of the highway, or you're going to fucking lose a tooth on Christmas Eve.
That's exactly right. And I just saw Ron on the other day. We podcasted. He's like, I got to get a deep cleaning. Not just a cleaning, but a deep cleaning. I go, why? And he was like, I went to the dentist. They told me I need a deep cleaning. And it's exactly the Johnson rod.
Exactly.
They
Deep
just look,
cleaning.
whoa, you need a $500 cleaning.
Yes.
The $300 cleaning is not going to do it. And it's like a Seinfeld bit. I'm like, why wouldn't you do the best cleaning?
Of course.
There's levels of clean.
Yeah, you got to get the gold package.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's silly.
It's just
It's first class tickets. It's like you said with the zoning. It's just another way to make a couple of clams.
It's horse shit. So, anyways, I'll show you after. It's a red blood blister looking thing, and it's genuinely the worst physical nightmare. I never thought to do it, and I told you when you go to Equinox, everybody's walking around barefoot. So I'm like, I should go around handing out flyers saying, "Stop doing that."
Yeah, you got to get the flops. This ringworm, is it? That's not ringworm.
No, that's different. I've had that too.
Really?
Yeah, back when my buddies we were all wrestling in high school.
Ah. Is it a worm?
I don't think it's actually a worm. I think it's a bacteria.
Bacteria.
Yeah, but it's a ring. It was itchy as fuck. Yeah, we all
Really?
had it.
What does
We
it
all hated
do?
them. It goes away. You take some shit or put some shit on there. But you get
Okay.
it from wrestling. And my best buddy was a wrestler. And in high school, you're always wrestling.
Oh, you're
each other.
roughhousing. Headlocks all day.
Yeah. It was just like, it's so weird. We'd be like one-on-one in a bedroom, just
Yes.
fucking like doing like a Tarantino fight.
It's like that scene in Reservoir where they're like knocking the chair
Yes.
over in the office. You just did that
No,
all the
you're
time.
taking lamps, smashing each
yeah.
other, wedgies, the whole nine.
And then every now and then it would go too far, and one guy and he's like, and you're like, dude, I'm serious. Get off me.
yes.
There's always that one guy who got pushed to the limit.
And back then, the fat guy was like the biggest advantage. 'Cause
Oh,
he could sit on your
yeah.
chest the way I like.
Sit on the jet, but I would just grab that roll sometimes and just give it a stress ball, and he would jump off me.
I like Killer Kowalski. Was that the guy that did that? There was some wrestler in the 80s or 70s that would like, that was his thing.
Oh,
Maybe it was
really?
George the Animal Steel, some asshole, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of wrestling, a lot of ringworm. See, I hooked up with a gal in college, and she was a soccer player, good-looking lady.
Oh, I love soccer.
But
Soccer women.
yes, let's be real here. But let's. I don't want to speak out of school, but she was sweaty all the time,
Ooh,
so she gave me jock itch, which is fine.
I had that too.
But it never, ever since she gave it to me, it was like a seal was broken, and I would get it like once a year now.
Oh, yeah, that's one of those things. It's like cancer.
Yes.
It increases your chance of it coming back.
Exactly, but you'd think you'd be immune. Like, all right, I had my jock itch, but it ain't like chicken pox.
No.
It kept coming back, Jerry.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, I had it recently along with the foot odor thing, and
You had it recently?
yeah, big
jock?
time, bad.
Oh, yeah.
bad. I had to go get some creams and some other creams.
It does work. Cream corn,
Cream is good.
cream spinach.
Cream, that band, Cream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee and
Ginger
cream.
Baker, gingivitis.
Uh,
I mean, I had this corporate gig, which you did before.
I've done it. Everybody, the Wilkes-Barre, it's a famous gig with the highfalutin high society. It's like an Elks Lodge or a Stonecutters Club. There it is.
Did I not say that?
I don't know. I would bleep that.
All right, beep that. But Wilkes-Barre Highfalutin Club, the people are going to be able to look it up.
There's only one there, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, bleep that.
It's in an old mansion. It's like haunted. It's a lot of wood and all those old what do you call those, like portraits of just old white guys who had a slave.
Yeah, it feels like where the president's actually elected.
Yes,
Back then,
yes.
everyone smokes cigars.
Yes.
So
Whiskey.
I had the gig. Verzi did it last year because he texted me. He's like, one of the guys texted me that you ate shit and everyone ate shit. But did you eat shit or was it okay? Hit me straight.
I
Don't
ate-
care about my feelings. Just hit me.
I ate with them. I succumbed. They said, we want to eat with you. And I said, okay. And they had me in a headlock. They gave me ringworm. We told jokes. And I think I did about an hour or 45. The first 10, I was cooking, making fun of Roy and Bobby and Silly Willie. And then after that,
I think he died. I didn't see Silly
he's
Willie.
done. But after that, it was just like I went into material and they hated it. And then you start getting like, political. Like, what's up? Racism's bad. And they're like, "Phew, screw this guy."
Yeah.
So they hated me by the end of it, and I drove home drunk.
It was.
I really did. I got banged up and got out of there in a rental car.
It was rough. So first of all, you got the gig, and it's like it pays a handsome buck,
Nice purse.
and it's a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, speaking of purse, nobody knows this word, which is weird to me, but I'm a sports guy again. But I looked up Rocky. We talked about Rocky on the movie podcast. He got $150,000. I looked it up. That's the equivalent of $850,000 today.
Hey.
That's a nice fucking fee.
Hey, purse of interest.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good. You can buy a purse with that.
Chanel.
I was thinking Chanel
Whoa, that's the go-to. What do you got? Chanel, Gucci, maybe?
too. No, there's Gucci, there's Girbaud,
Coach.
there's Coach bag,
That's a big one.
Versace.
Ah, yes.
But
He's good.
I did go to Bloomingdale's once, and they told me I found out that Chanel is the #1 top most exclusive.
Okay.
And a Nazi, I believe.
I believe she blew Nazis. I don't think she
Close
was.
enough.
Yeah.
Well, she was a sympathizer.
Well, Burr had that joke. He's like, you know those shoes you see, the pile of shoes in the Holocaust Museum? She blew the guy that did that. That was his bit.
So any farts. So you got the gig. It's a Tuesday gig, and it's a nice, handsome chunk of money on a Tuesday.
Not
So you're
too
like, great.
shabby. Lunch purse.
Now, it was a bummer because my friend Erica was in town. This is her last night in town. Is there a worse feeling than you got one of your good buds in town, and
Yep.
then their last night there, oh, I got a gig out of town.
Yeah, that's tough.
So then you're just like, the whole time you're like, I could be hanging and jibsing and jabbing and scooching
Technically,
and
you will
scatting.
be back that night, but it'll be late.
It'll be too late. Her flight was at 4 a.m. or whatever the fuck.
There you go.
You know what I never considered? I should talk about this off air, I guess, but when you fly east, I'm always talking about how when you work the road from the west, you fly east, you're losing, you got to leave at 4 a.m. to make it in time for the show.
Totally.
But Monas pointed out, you get that day back on the way back. You fly to Cleveland to L.A., you leave Cleveland at 8 a.m., you
Right.
land at 10 a.m.
That's true.
You get the day.
You get the day if you live in L.A. We
Yes.
don't get the day.
No. We
Yeah.
lose the day coming back the other way. So, but it is nice that you're like, well, you come back, you got a full Sunday.
Sure.
Because
No,
the Sunday is more valuable than the Thursday.
You got that right, Fatty.
So there you go. But anyways, so I got the gig. I'm bummed. And now, did you bring an opener?
I did not.
Yeah, I was like, I always want a buddy with me.
Sure.
So I get Matt Wayne. I go, hey, we're going to Wilkes-Barre. They say, that's fine. And they did the thing with it, like, you can eat dinner with the boys. And I
Yeah.
went, no, I don't think so.
I gave in.
Well, I got the baby now. So you can go, hey, I'd love to eat. Nothing I want to do more than eat dinner with 7 wealthy strangers.
Baby's big.
But I got this baby.
Yeah.
I would kill to get to know a bunch of guys in tuxes that live
Yeah.
in Western Pennsylvania.
That's our demo.
But damn, this
Toddler.
baby's
Burden.
fucking up my life. So we head out there. You know, it takes 9.5 hours to get out of the fucking city.
You got that right.
It's a nightmare. You drive and drive and drive. I drive all night. Get there, and it's a big mansion on a hill. It's like out of
yeah.
a Springsteen tune.
It's wild.
And you go in there, and it just smells like cigars. So right away, I'm like, this gig rules. I'm with Matt Wayne. I'm getting paid an ass load of money. It smells like cigars. And I go, right away, I'm like, can I smoke in here?
Oh, you better believe it.
They go, you can smoke in here. They come over, they lay a nice fucking Davidoff cigar on me.
Ooh, Dove.
And I fire that up. There's Christmas trees and, like you said, murals and paintings
Oh,
and
yeah.
wood floors.
A lot of history.
And I'm like, this is going to fucking be amazing.
Sure.
They bring out a fucking 17-ounce or 50-ounce steak, whatever ounce. What's a good ounce of steak? 40?
40 ounces of freedom.
I don't know. Something. It was sublime, whatever the steak was.
16 ounce. That's a tall boy.
Yeah. And then a mashed potato and asparagus. And I got a cigar in one hand, a piece of meat in the other hand,
Oh, yeah.
and my cock in the other hand.
Sure. That's a lot of hands.
Handsome. So we do that, and now all the tuxie guys are eating down the hall. We haven't even peeked in there. I'm like, this gig is amazing.
Fried tux.
So they go, all right, we're going to start in about 10 minutes, and a bunch of guys come in. They all look like they've assassinated someone.
Sure.
And then we go, all right, well, it's about time. We better check out the room. We go down there, we look. It literally looks like the smoking room in Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
It's like all men in tuxes, mostly fat. Some are 150 years old.
Oh, yeah. A lot of white hair. It's how the other half lives.
And every single person has a cigar.
Yes.
Which, by the way, it's Wilkes-Barre. I mean, I feel like you and I could team up and buy the building.
Probably. It's a good point.
I think they pay like $80 a month or something.
Yeah, and what is that, 2.5 hours out, 2 hours out?
I think 2.5 no traffic.
Okay.
But it was 7 days with traffic.
Sure.
That was like Oregon Trail out there. So we get out there, we look in, it's packed, and it's round tables, the worst thing in the history of comedy.
You got that right.
Because half the people have their back to you, and everyone's smoking. There's 4 women. There's 150 men and 4 women.
Yep.
And the women have duct tape over their mouths.
Good old days.
So I look, everyone's talking, everyone's drinking, everyone's eating ice cream. And I turned to Matt and I was like, I'm not trying to be funny. You are about to eat fucking shit. And he's like, oh, ha, ha. Like, I mean, he knew I was like, but I was like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm like, you are going to, this is going to be horrible.
You got
and
that
I'm
right.
really sorry. And I'm grateful to you. And he's like, we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then they don't, I appreciate the gig. Very nice men. Everyone was so outrageously nice. I ate a fucking $200 steak and smoked $100 of cigars.
They do it every year. Wait, how much time is he doing?
I said like 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
So he goes up, and there's no introduction. This is my bad. I should have been like, hey, I'm going to go up there and let him know I brought somebody to open, and he's great and hilarious. I got the video. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
He walks up there. 100% of people are talking. So he kind of did like Costanza walking into Monks with the Duncan Meyer episode. He's like doing a little thing, and he's like, hello. And he's like, this is the entertainment portion. Nobody stops talking.
Yeah.
It's just smoke and
mirrors.
I wish there was a mirror.
Uh-huh.
And he just takes a hot one, does his best. And by the way, I'm like in the back howling, laughing. Some of the best bits I've ever heard. He's got new stuff I haven't heard, and it's
Is
great.
he getting anything? Are they at least giving one of these like, no, that sucked. Back to the conversation.
Maybe that. But
All right.
mostly just eating ice cream. And they're handing out ice cream. So it's like clink, clong, clink, clink,
God.
melty. And people are just having full conversation. So he
Yeah.
is just talking to people that are also talking to each other.
Why do they want the entertainment? They're having a blast alone with the ice cream.
This is what I said. They need like a Sinatra impression.
Yeah, it's a crooner.
Like a someday when I'm awfully low. I mean, just do that. Or maybe they need, I think Jared Freed did the gig.
Yep.
Because he's big and he kind of
Loud.
dresses the part.
Yes.
He looks
yes.
like a wasp.
Sure, even though he's a big Jew.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, you got to go in there and you got to bulldoze him, but we just tell jokes.
So he's, I'm like, George is saying, cut it. He comes off, and a valiant effort. Again, great jokes, but just impossible situation. So I had that thing of like, all right, now they're going to go, okay, here's the guy.
This is the show.
I go up there and just
Nothing, huh?
just a Flight 93 right into the ground.
Oof.
Just nothing. I mean, I'm bombing, and there's one guy that hasn't turned around. There's one table of people that like had heard me on Rogan. They were like,
Okay.
hey, Rogan, we know the thing.
Okay.
And they were okay, but boy, it was tough sledding.
Wow. Did you get a zing in? Hey, big head. Hey, ugly guy.
I did a couple. The crowd work did the best, shitting
Yeah.
on the room. I got
Sure.
some good laughs doing that. And
Okay.
then at one point, I had already had a cigar, and then some other guy was like, hey, get another cigar. Guy gets on stage in the middle of my performance and just puts a cigar in my mouth like fucking Roger Rabbit. Sticks it in my mouth, lights it. This is the middle of the show. I'm just standing there with a big guy in a tux lighting my cigar for me.
There's got to be party. They're like, well, this will kill 2 minutes.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, yes, exactly. Stay up here. Let me get on your shoulders.
Yeah.
We'll sing together.
I'll blow you.
He goes back to his seat, and now I'm like Bill Cosby. I'm smoking cigars and raping women.
Sure.
And should we bleep that? Is that okay? I'm just kidding. I didn't rape any women.
There you go.
Neither did he. Just kidding again. So I'm up there smoking a cigar, eating shit, and the cigar keeps going out because
Yeah.
I'm talking. I can't smoke. And then the guy comes back up on stage again. He's like, hey, you got to get lit up here.
Well, now you got a reoccurring gag at least.
I got a gag, and I was gagging. And then afterwards, you're supposed to meet and greet. We talked to a few guys. They told us about how Pat Cooper came and did the show, and he
fun.
died there. And
Sure.
it's one of those shows, too, where every single person is like, that was great. I was loving it. They were old and stupid. And then I did a thing where I was like fucking Blues Brothers. I was like, I got to sign the check.
Yeah.
Left my pen in the car. I'll be right back. And then we just
Oh, yeah.
took off. And then Matt Wayne took a couple of free cocktails. So he was half in the bag when we were driving back. And we really just had a good crooner session back,
Yeah.
singing, dancing, laughing about the whole thing.
Plus, when a guy's had a few and you're sober, he can really belt it.
Oh, he was belting it out, and we were had a great time, and got back at 2 a.m. or whatever. And,
Yeah.
but it was one of those ones where you feel the pain,
Oh, for sure.
sweating. And we had to wear suits too.
You're sweating through that dress shirt. Your back is soaked. I've been there. I left out of that gig like the pizza guy in Home Alone. Like I rolled over a jockey. I peeled out. I hit the fence. I was out of there.
No, we were pouring sweat. 2 suits, both in suits. Fran dress shirt, and ripped out of there. Not a great story, I guess. Great
No.
gig. Appreciate the gig. Let me know if you need Rex for next year.
There you go.
I assume there's a plaque of me up there saying
Oh, yeah.
never again.
Well, I think in that one instance, an opener is always better. You get the opener, he does the dirty work, he eats shit, you come up, you get to be the hero. There, they have such a short attention span, I think get in, get out.
I legitimately, people were like walking out just because they were like, oh, I don't know, I guess we don't like this guy. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're not paying attention.
Right.
But I should have gone up and been like, we got a comedy show. This is going to be awesome. Made a couple jokes. This is my buddy Matt. He's one of the best. But
Well, it's one of the art forms where you need a reaction. Where as a singer, you can just have the guy there like a fucking jukebox.
Right,
We
exactly.
need the validation. We need the feedback.
it was rough. But I'll do it again next year if you need me to.
There you go.
I
Good
think
money.
We all felt good about it. Speaking of gigs and life and love, this weekend I will be actually right now as I'm talking, I am in Tacoma, Washington. I'm at the Tacoma Comedy Club this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next weekend, Poughkeepsie.
Ooh,
At Laugh It Up.
That's a good time.
And then February 8th through the 10th, Austin Comedy Mothership.
Hell yeah.
And then I think I also have Raleigh coming up, Springfield, Missouri coming up also in February. And then a big one, May 2nd, part of the Netflix special. I'm up against Nate Bargatze, Sebastian Maniscalco, that whole thing.
Oh, God, which sold out in 10 minutes and they added a show.
They added a show.
Yeah, that's how big that one is.
Oh, they're fucking me. Everyone's going to that. Well, May 2nd,
I'll
and
be
my
there.
show's in Skid Row. Not exactly an easy situation. I'm literally on Skid Row competing against Nate, Sebastian Burr, and Gaffigan and Seinfeld.
Well, maybe you should go out to the tent village and just, hey, fellas, I got some fentanyl in here, then close the door.
Just hand them each $40 and say, give that to the box office, so I sold the tickets.
Here.
But May 2nd, come on out Tuesdays. I love L.A. You know I love L.A.
I love L.A.
And, yeah, come to that and check out YouTube. Bunch of shit on YouTube. You know all this stuff.
Yeah, Punch Up Live, all that.
Punch
I'm
Up
doing that
Live.
now.
That's the future, baby.
Oh, yeah, that guy, Danny, knows his stuff.
Does he ever?
All right, I'm Tampa, Phoenix, fucking all kinds of marknormancomedy.com. You know where I'm at. Come out, say hello. We're all over the road. Salt Lake City, Idaho, Iowa. I'm coming to Boise, Girlsy, Transy. We're all over the place. And get on the Patreon. Check it out. We're about to do another fun bonus of just a good old extra pod. And what do you?
Podcast. What the people want.
Yes. Toot-toot-toot. That's a big joint, Cheech. Yeah. What do you got there, Choo Choo?
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable. I'm not sure what we're coming out with at this point in time, but funbearablepod.com or at funbearablepod online. We have a lot of fun.
Oh, and we got a live app. Tickets available in March.
Oh, yeah. March 6th?
5th, I
Fifth.
think. 5th.
March 5th, my
Give it a
Aunt Betty's
go.
birthday.
There
Come
you
on
go.
out.
At the
Celebrate.
Gramercy.
At
Yes.
the Gramercy Theater. Pack it out.
Woo, we got plenty of runway, folks.
That's going to be big.
Thank you. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
Comedy.